Okay, so you're telling a story.
Yes.
So what's your once upon a time, there was a world where people didn't feel good. And in that world, there were some characters. There were some dumbass people who want you to feel bad. There are some parts of ourselves which would show up as iconic, symbolic characters, right? There's the troll under the bridge. There's the old lady throwing rocks out of her bedroom window when you walk by, because those are like your saboteur, and they're your so you have all these little characters that are all parts of us. And then the climax is, I am ready to make a change. The climax is, I'm sick enough, I'm tired enough, I'm mad enough at myself. Hopefully I don't hate myself so much that I'm, whatever. But I have come to a place where I'm making a change. That's the climax. That's why you've created what you've created, because you have experienced this climax. The beauty of it is that because it's a fairy tale, because it's a story, and because you're telling it, look at your space. That's a fairy tale story space.
Yes.
Because you are stepping into your role as the fairy god sister, right? Because I can't say mother because you're just like 12 and a half. The fairy god sister, you are telling the story from a safe place that says, I'm telling it to you as a fairy tale so that it's going to all work out in the end. We might have a few fewer toes and fingers by the end, because, there is some drama in fairy tales, and like it might be more Grimm's versus Dr. Seuss, right? But there's some climax that happens for all of us that we can all identify with, right? The lost love, the evil stepmother, whatever. You need to use these kind of iconic things. You're not going to use those literal words, right? But you're going to use language that we can all understand. So if you have a bullet point on your thing that is so jargon specific or so grace specific that it needs to be generalized, you're going to know it if you look at it from a fairy tale perspective. So then you have this climax, and then you have something magic happens, right? Because magic is important to you, and magic is essential to any fairy tale. So there's magic. There's magic all around us. There's magic in growing your own food. There's magic in saying poverty does not mean adversity. There's magic in saying I have control. I'm going to say this phrase, I am in charge of my medical life. I am in charge of my body. I am in control. My doctor is not in control. My family is not in control. My husband, my wife, my whatever is not in charge right now. So I am in charge, because that's sort of at the core of everything that you are saying.
Yes, it is.
I'm
you
in
summed
charge.
it up beautifully. It's beautiful to hear. Yes.
So then you leave this experience knowing that there is a magic wand. I need a magic wand. Here's my toothbrush.
Funny you said
and
that.
yes, my toothbrush is on my desk.
Excellent.
I'm going to give you this magic wand that has adjustable speed, right? In order to move through this next series of obstacles that have been revealed by the conflict, right? Because the conflict isn't the obstacle, right? Because think about Cinderella, right? The conflict was that Cinderella was a slave and living in oppression. The conflict wasn't that she lost her glass slipper. That was the obstacle. That was the set of obstacles after that. How do I get out of this abusive situation? It's the same thing for you. So here are a set of tools. Here's a fairy godmother. Here's a guide. Here's a bunch of resources that are going to help you as you reveal the obstacles that you now can see more clearly, because you have experienced and acknowledged the conflict. So then you go through these magical obstacles, and what happens is you are going to have multiple happy endings. And the happy endings are going to be the place of celebration that we share on the site, that we share in the groups, that you tell me by email, and then I digest for public consumption and make anonymous, whatever it is. The good news is really the money shot. And that's what you're going to say, as opposed to the money shot being, okay, here's a place where we go to complain about stuff. Yes. So you need to set your philosophy, because the philosophy gets communicated in how you tell the story. Mm-hmm. So if what's important to you is the tools and the happy ending, right? You see how we're skipping over the obstacles and the conflict, and basically the background information is just to get us to pay attention and settle down in our seats.
Yes. to set the scene.
If you can do that, then I think even if you can do that at 10%, I think you've done well, and you can call it a day.